Israel is gearing up for a protracted multi-front conflict, even as it continues its crackdown on Hamas and its allies. Now, the US is hoping for a slowdown in the invasion on the Gaza Strip, but Israel seems to be prepared for the long haul. Within days of pledging rock-solid and unwavering support for Israel, Washington is pressing Israel to delay ground invasion of Gaza, to allow negotiations for the release of American hostages and humanitarian aid to flow into the Gaza Strip. Following talks with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, US President Joe Biden met leaders of France, Britain, Germany, Italy and Canada who welcomed the release of 2 hostages by Hamas. Their joint statement called for the immediate release of all hostages. The United States considers getting the release of hostages a priority. Hamas, on the other hand, has alleged that Israel is not serious about negotiating the release of the hostages. It even claimed that Israel had declined to receive 2 more hostages that they were willing to release on humanitarian grounds. Israel dismissed the Hamas statements, propaganda, while holding firm on its resolve to launch the ground offensive. It went ahead with overnight strikes on Sunday that killed scores of Palestinians. The Palestinian Health Ministry reported 13 deaths in the Israeli raid. At least 81 Palestinians have been killed in the West Bank since the conflict began. Israel claimed that dozens of Hamas terrorists have been killed in its overnight raids on the Gaza Strip. Hamas said at least 55 people were killed in the raids. More than 35,000 Palestinian refugees are now taking shelter at a tent camp in Khan Yunis, city of southern Gaza. According to a UNICEF official, 1 million children in Gaza need urgent protection. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant says the Israeli upcoming ground offensive in the Gaza Strip could last up to 3 months, but he asserted that it will be the last one if Israel succeeds in eliminating Hamas. Meanwhile, family members of those missing after the October 7th Hamas attacks are mounting pressure on the government to take immediate steps for the release of their loved ones. Meanwhile, Israeli defense officials say that the repeated delays in the ground invasion reflect differences on a broad military operation that would also include Hezbollah in Lebanon. Residents of northern Israel and both sides of Israel-Lebanon border are fearing a second front of the conflict opening up.